It's 10 before the hour. In continuing to go through the WikiLeaks documents about our adventure in Afghanistan, and going back and taking a look at what was revealed in the Pentagon Papers, what, 38 years ago? And then considering the Downing Street memos, the memos that talked about the so-called evidence around weapons of mass destruction in Saddam Hussein's Iraq, this phony evidence was being fixed around the political desire on the part of the Bush-Cheney crime family to invade, to attack Iraq. And the question I have, all this stuff is available to anyone who can read, to read. And it doesn't seem to make a damn bit of difference here in the United States of America. And I can't understand that. We have families who are continuing to they're willing. They promote their sons, for the most part, in some instances their daughters, to go join the murder machine, knowing if and this is the thing, maybe they don't, knowing that every single war that we have been involved in since World War II, and maybe even that one, was based on lies. Every single armed conflict that, the truth is not the first casualty of war. It's a casualty before the war even begins. The run-up to a war. The lies that are told. Do you remember, what was it, 90 and 91, the run-up to the first Gulf War? Jesus God, here in Atlanta, you could not drive down an expressway without seeing banners draped across the bridges advocating war. Now, if somebody would have hung a banner that said, do not invade Iraq, he or she would have been arrested for disturbing the peace and thrown in jail. The parade, I remember this. I'm thinking at the time, what in the hell is going on here? I start to question not just the gross ignorance of my fellow countrymen, but question what the collective goal is in the United States. Is it to kill more children? How do you justify? Honest to God, somebody tell me, and I don't mean the right-wing horse snot about freedom isn't free. How do you justify invading someone else's country? Look, 19 people came and bombed the United States. 15 of the bastards were from Saudi Arabia. I'm going by the official story. So you then attack Afghanistan. And why do you do that? Well, Mike, that's where the training camps were. Says who? How do the American people continue to justify the murder of children? What would happen if some force came to this country, bombed the hell out of us, and then sent in invaders who methodically went from region to region of the United States? And when we fought back against these invading bastards, they would come into our villages, our cities, our towns, and kill our children. And God damn it, that's exactly what we're doing. And nobody seems to care in the United States. Nobody seems to care. You present it just like that to a right-winger, and the first thing he's going to say, well, you don't need to take the Lord's name in vain. The next thing they're going to say, well, Mike, freedom isn't free. And then the next thing is going to be, well, they attacked us first. And at that point, you just shake your head and turn away. I look at the politicians, this anti-Muslim attitude that's out there now to get people elected to office. It's disgusting. This whole country is going down the toilet. It's going down the toilet emotionally, physically. It's going down the toilet spiritually. There's no spirituality in the United States of America anymore. Are you kidding me? Spirituality has been ripped up like weeds and tossed aside, and in place we have this crazy fundamentalist religious bull hockey. And I just wonder, at what does it take? What does it take to I mean, what kind of documents have to be put out there for Americans to look at? What kind of evidence has to be presented? What kind of narrative has to be laid out for anyone in this country who wants to read it before it becomes clear that we're a nation of sheep being led by a pack of wild dogs, and eventually the rest of the world is going to say to the United States, you know what? We've had enough of you. We've had enough of your murderous policies. We've had enough of everything about you. And decide to put an end to us. Then what? Huh? What then? I don't understand why, with all the evidence out there, we just ignore it. Stick around if you dare. We'll be back.